What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be in the UU tier. Uh, Hold on, I thought I was hearing an echo, but we're gonna be in the UU tier today. I'm actually going to be. I'm gonna have with me. I have with me the king of UU himself, uh, Piff. Which is funny because I don't know if you remember back in the day, but for the viewers who don't know, in Gen 5, I actually used to play UU primarily. That was my primary tier. I didn't like OU that much with the Curum Blacks and the Permaranes and the Genesects. So I was like, I played lower tiers. And Piff, back then, what was my account back then? I don't even remember. I remember Fuga, Zaminator, Rock. I don't remember what my account name
Wow,
was.
I remember those names now that you mentioned.
Mincemeat. Mincemeat was my initial account. And Piff was one of my rivals in terms of like it was either me or you at number one. And you'd have this Crobat Rhyperior team. Or I had a Rhyperior. Maybe I had a Rhyperior. I remember a Crobat.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right. And it would just be back and forth. So you'd snatch some games, I'd snatch some games. And so it's kind of crazy that that's almost 10 years ago. That was 2012, maybe. I mean, that might be 10 years ago. So
Yeah, a while.
right. So to come full circle and to know you're still the king of UU is pretty cool to see. But yeah, guys, with that intro in mind, Piff is about to tell us what he has in store for anybody who's listening that wants to, or watching, who wants to get into UU.
That was way too generous, so thank you very much, Jam. Yeah, basically, I just really like the things that Jam does and produces, and the focus on competitive content and improving. I do these things myself too in a Discord server I help manage called Pia, and the invite to the Discord will be in the description. Basically, try to help people get into UU through learning, competing, and contributing to UU. And also through my Twitch channel, which will also be linked. Basically, just supporting Pia. Anyways, I'm really interested right now in UU, particularly because the tier shifts just happened, and the metagame is very different now. And I think it's a very good time to get into it. So I was very interested in working with Jam to basically ladder with him and get some of his insights in the metagame as well. So that's what we're planning to be doing.
Oh, I already grabbed a game, by the way. So it just started.
Oh, great.
So hold on, let me see if I might have to invite you. I don't know if you
Yeah,
can see. Does anything
I
pop
cannot
up?
see it.
Okay.
It doesn't pop up. So if you could invite me, please.
Hold up. Did you get the
Got
invite?
it.
All right, cool.
Yes.
So what's the breakdown? Does any of this look familiar? Almost none of these were you.
Oh, yes. This
Except
this is a
Downfam.
really good player, by the way. I know this
Okay.
guy.
Oh, he's
Um,
1629, yeah, so for sure.
yeah. So I think like Skeletorage, I don't know how to pronounce this Pokemon, but it uses the same set it uses in OU, and it's like it has become like the top UU Pokemon in the past couple of years. It's considered basically one of the best, or the top three. Um, but yeah, this looks rather offensive. So this looks very scary, to be honest. And we don't have a great Arcanine switch in, so that's unfortunately Gastrodon can get two hit KO by the band set still.
With the head
Um,
smash on the fizz def?
yeah, head smash.
Really?
So I don't know. It doesn't look great, to be honest, but if we hit our Hurricanes, I think it's okay. I think Slowbro can probably sweep at some point. Um,
Okay, then
and
I
I think
think.
our own Skeletorage is good. Yeah.
Well, as I'm looking at this, I don't too much from a knowledge standpoint. If I have to go off OU, Tinkertons and things like that, I don't know. But if I had to break this down, the two questions are what I teach. So what can't you guard against? Obviously, that requires you to know what the Pokemon do. But if you just go one by one on here, his offensive mons being Arcanine, do I have a solution for that? If it's not banned at Gastrodon, Moltres, do I have a solution for that? Yeah, Tinkaton to a degree. Skeledirge,
Mhm.
kind of. That's a strange one. We'll get to that. Drago, yes, and Tinkaton, or just pivoting because I could Earth Power. Um, the Roxas were laughable, and Donphan is nothing. So the second thing we do have to discern, because really it's the Drago that could just KO everything on my team if I'm not careful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But as far as what I have that he can't guard against, he has no good Torn answer. Arcanine is solid, but I'd get Rocks up and have Spikes up as the Bandit set early. And since my main goal is to position myself to where the Drago can't do as much as it likes, I think Tinkaton, unless well, he won't head smash if I Tinkaton, which will allow Gastrodon to take 2. So what I was thinking is, okay, well,
yeah, this worked out well, clearly,
right,
and
so
you got Ross up. So I think Donphan is very likely incoming here, whether by U-turn or just hard switching, we don't know.
Well, isn't it better to position Tornadus? There's no way he goes for Stone Axe again, right? Because
yeah, that's actually super interesting. Yeah, so he's either going to U-turn or hard switch. And in either case, I guess Tornadus does make sense. Also, just straight up Gigaton or knockoff makes sense.
Well, doesn't that just give him the opportunity to spin, which makes the Arcanine, which was the thing we were trying to guard against? Because I don't see, there's no rare world where he Stone Axes. So positionally, Torn is better. Just versus his team, we get to find out what kind of Arcanine he is, which is the only flying resist he has. So that's what I was thinking.
All these things make sense. Okay, he goes to this instead. Most of these run max special defense, usually the Skeledirge in UU. Just they rely on the Will-O-Wisp for their physical bulk. So Hurricanes generally is never going to 2-hit KO this. Especially because the set I gave you, unfortunately, is not max special attack anyways.
Right.
So, U-turn into Gastro is kind of the obvious idea here. Not sure there's any other play. Or, we can see what they do after the U-turn. But most likely they're going to stay in if they came in on this.
Oh, you're definitely staying in. I just don't know what the counterplay to this typically would be. Obviously, I don't want Gastro super burnt, but, I can't really get around it because of the 2-hit KOing of the Arcanine. So I'm assuming he'd still be trying to... Well, Donphan is a wild play, though. I don't know. What's his alternative? What's the counterplay to this if I did have Water Move, or maybe they don't run Water Moves?
Yeah, they don't usually run Water Moves in UU, so I guess Donphan is a play here. Maybe Galarian Moltres. He could even... I think using Terra up right now would be a little bit too early for him. Yeah, I think either Earth Power or Spikes here. I don't think we need to get super fancy with a prediction. Okay.
So he's going for game. Well, we have to stay in.
No respect for us. He's like, I'm going to sweep this kid. Okay, well, I mean, that does a lot of damage.
I don't have any physical ones, which is a bitch.
Okay, so... Yeah, this is not like...
We still have our Skelly, but,
yeah.
He's...
Yeah, so...
Because we... This is a pest.
Gastro is dead at this point. There is no way we're going to be able to heal it back.
Well, what I'm thinking is going Tinkaton on this and knocking it off. Because we're going to have to go... Like, how are we revenge killing this?
That's true. I'm a little worried that Torch Song is kind of free right now because it actually kills Gastrodon still. Sure.
I figured he'd Hex, but I because we don't have any kind of like, it's really like, okay, we have to, because we're gonna have to
Encore,
right,
knock off.
Right. So now he's gonna go for, okay, so I didn't expect him to Torch on, but now Triple Arrow should kill from here, right? 260?
It's faster than us, unfortunately, so we have to go Tornado. This is a slow set.
That's okay though. Torn wins.
Let's not miss. Okay, that's good.
And he's banded, so that's good news.
Yeah, so he's taking a ton of hazard damage. I forget, is this Terra Steel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess we do technically have a rock resistance.
There's no way he's blitzing.
Yeah, I would imagine you turn into
the owl.
Wait,
oh my god.
Wow. Okay, it's a new meta.
Slowbro's gonna
have
to... Oh shit, that is not good. Especially because the Donphan, both are Terra types. So
Yeah, I guess we got to do this.
The scarf threw me.
The good news is our Skeldridge is very close to sweeping him, but I'm a little worried that he. Oh wow, he goes to the ground type from the grass type. Good for him.
We don't have a choice but
Out
to spam.
earthquake. Okay, flinch, no flinch. Oh, good. Okay, that worked out.
Right, I'm surprised. Oh, come on. We
No
got the
flinch.
minimum roll. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't.
Okay. Well, I
Skeledirge.
suppose it makes
Huh?
yeah, Skeldridge's sweeping job a little bit easier.
Because the
Not a good position, obviously, but
yeah, if we killed the Don fan, we would have been good.
yeah.
Doesn't this how's this? What does this do? Oh, U-turn.
Probably U-turning here. I don't really. Oh wow, close combat.
Oh, what is the?
Okay. So we could either try the Skeldridge sweep now or the Slowbro sweep. I forget, is the Slowbro heavy duty boots or is it Corberry here?
It's boots, but I don't think we can Skeledirge sweep because of his Arcanine. Like, how would we?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Because if I can get the this isn't. Why am I thinking it's Quick Claw? Right, the what's that move thing called? Yeah.
The quick claw, quick draw.
Right, that's what I'm thinking about. So he's probably gonna. Oh, he has Night Slash. Interesting.
Wow. So that, I guess, is not terrible.
Yeah, the issue is just the Arcanine's hit smash is way too much for a non-Fizdef invested Dirge. So
Yeah. At some point, we're gonna have to hope for a head smash miss because this is
yeah,
really not very good for us right now.
yeah, the scarf was rough. Yeah, because we don't even want to. I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp first so that I can boost as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he actually hard switches out, so he goes hard to the 9.
Okay, so let's hope for some misses. Basically.
Yeah, like that's. Yeah, we gotta hope. Please, please. Actually, this is.
Oh, it only did 50. Oh, we could have.
Stalled.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but okay. He's a good player.
No, I mean that was a good game. The Skeledirge, we had no counterplay for that Dirge, so
Yeah.
that was the big thing. I was like, okay, what now?
Yeah, you could even make the I would say make the Gastrodon more specially defensive, but
Nah, it's fine. We need like something to super effectively hit it, because if we run into it, like there is literally no Earth Power wasn't even a 2 KO, and there's nothing to force it to do anything other than going Tinkaton and trying to encore and stuff like that.
yeah, the idea with this team kind of is Decidueye is very good at knocking off Skeldridge, and then you can get hazards up hopefully to like really pressure it. But that just didn't happen this game. That's unfortunate, but
Well, I'm looking for another one.
okay.
So let's see.
Yeah, also the Scarf Arcanine is just
Yeah.
well, I learned about today. I did not know that existed.
Yeah, if we switched Torn out, we could have won the game. But Scarf did not even cross my mind. Which is funny because there was no real reason to risk the U-turn, like the negligible U-turn.
Yeah, you turned like this nothing almost, but
Right.
it just like
Yeah, Scarf.
the second we saw it took rock damage, we just assumed it was banned.
Right. Well, now knowledge, as I always talk about. New knowledge. I mean, similarly, it seems like Tinkaton has a lot of weight. He's probably lure Regidrago to open up the Moltres, because the Moltres is a massive issue. And if the Quagsire is packing Toxic, then Skeledirge is, which
Wait,
could.
wait, I can't. Can you invite me to the game actually?
Oh yeah, my bad. But the Skeledirge
Thank you.
could win, but Quagsire Quagsire needs to be destroyed. So we're just
Oh,
gonna
gee.
hazard spam.
Quagsire Hyper Offense. We're learning more team styles every day. Yeah, wow. Did not expect any of these mons.
So people seem to be mindlessly cleave warring. Does that shit learn anything that can touch Tinkaton?
It gets close combat, but they don't usually run it.
Haxorus is the only counterplay. I got stuff to the mindless. Part of me,
Yeah.
I'm on Gigaton. There's no way he's sashed. I do. Rocks are more important than.
Yeah, it's tough to say here. Oh, okay. It did 31, which, okay. Everybody does this.
Mindless, yeah, it's like Samurai. They play it just like Samurai in OU.
Okay.
The only Gigaton's counterplay had to be. There's no way he just stays in. I mean, I do think he would, like just based on the turn one, like he does strike.
Yeah.
That's what's called like mindless clicking. But I'm weighing the pros and cons of this Quagsire coming in. Like, what's my counterplay to that?
I suppose we'd probably go to the decision. What? This is not what I expected.
This is the counter.
Okay, I think it worked out, but it's not what I expected. So I don't think we really want to risk health hunting a ton. It seems pretty important here.
Absolutely not. The disease run grass knot or something? Like, what is this?
Yeah, they run random stuff right now. Focus Blast, Psychic are all like known. I would still think Decidueye here makes sense, just because you don't need Decidueye for much else on this team, apart from the Quagsire, but we don't even have a grass move for the Quagsire. So okay, Discharge is not what I expected at all.
So his counterplay to this would be nothing. He doesn't have any counter. If he can't touch this, if he does have something, he's gonna use it, like a Sludge Wave Psychic kind of deal. It's actually a bulky Pokemon.
Yeah.
Spadef wise, is it max Spadef?
It is nearly max Bidef, I think. So it's gonna take a Sludge Bomb or sorry, Sludge Wave or
Right.
Psychic if it needs to.
Okay, that's
And again, I don't think we need health on the Decidueye for anything. Okay, Volt Switch is not what I expected either, because normally if you run Volt Switch, you use Heavy Duty Boots, right? So this is strange already.
Interesting. What can Cleaver do to me?
Not a rock move. I don't know if X's or kills you. I don't
No way.
think it does. Okay.
No way. Yeah,
Yeah, no way.
the way he's been playing is wild. I'll take it.
Yeah,
though.
normally you don't switch in these sweepers, right? But you just don't play like that. You usually get them in after something dies. So this is, I agree, it's wild.
And he should only be able to even knock me out with. Actually, I'm not a ghost. I keep mixing these up with the ghost decision. I'm like, he can only CC, but I'm just gonna attack him because I know he's gonna mindless DD. I know they're kind. It's
Okay, well, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't expect that?
I did not. No.
Yeah.
Lefty's kind of saved him there, so he gets a claw off.
Why
So
not
Globo
just,
is gonna tank any hint.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Because it's max defense.
Is it? Does this have lower defense than Slowbro?
I think it's 95 base defense and 95 base HP, so I think it's lower by a little.
Oh, by a lot. Slowbro is
It's still
350. Oh yeah, for sure. I just didn't know that. I don't know why I always thought that they had the same stats. So where's the rest of his stats? What in attack?
I think it has more attack than Slowbro, which helps for like shell sidearm if it becomes physical.
Gotcha.
Our Gastro is max defense.
We have to go to it. I don't have a choice. Besides, it's not very useful for anything else.
Oh wow, that took it much better than I thought it would.
Oh, I took it way. X's are is sharpness boosted.
It is sharpness boosted.
Whoa. Yeah, we did take that really well. Holy crap! What's more valuable here? The spikes aren't that valuable because the end game is what with but he has an unaware, so it'd have to be with Torn / the Croc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll knock him out because I don't want him to crit me eventually.
That's fine.
But the spike, I don't think guarantees any extra KOs. Sure, it'd be annoying for the Clodsire or the Quagsire, but
Okay, so I don't know. I don't think there's any chance he's an electric move here. So Tornadus seems really safe to me.
that's risky as hell. But you're right. There's a 0% chance.
Like, People
0%
don't.
chance.
But okay, the scarier thing is missing heat wave here. That's the scary
No, we're
thing.
gonna hit. We're gonna hit. Yeah.
Okay.
I've decided.
Okay, you decided it. Very
Yeah,
good.
decided. Just need the conviction, and Torn will follow along.
Yeah.
So this is walled by Tinkerton, right?
Yeah, unless it Terras. But if it Terras, the good news is then his Registeel can't Terra. Or sorry, not Registeel. Regidrago cannot Terra. And then our Terra on Scarlet Ridge will win. But if it's Agility, it usually doesn't have room to run Terra Blast, I think.
No.
Right?
I could Encore. Is there a downside to that?
What would the downside be? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Why the hell did he set up? This guy's insane.
So that's great. We got a lot of chip damage on Valaria and Moltres, so this looks really good. Have to make sure the Quagsire doesn't sweep us.
What can he do?
Well, normally it's Toxic, 1 Hazard, 1 Stab move, and a Recover.
How's that sweeping?
So,
You mean like just being impossible to kill?
yeah, just impossible. Yeah, not like the belly jump.
Oh,
It does that in Gen 2.
It's gotten that crazy. Well, we do have Hex and Wisp. I don't know, potential, because I don't think we're statusing this any other way. And then that combined with Encore, but
yeah. So probably just like Tornadus here.
I think he Toxics, but yeah, I don't.
If he Toxics, he Toxics. We have Regen. There's a very good chance that he doesn't even have Earthquake, or he doesn't have Liquidation.
Let's see what the roll on this is. Rare. Oh, or not any special attack. Okay, that's not good.
40 is not amazing, but the Hacks is great.
Right. Excuse me.
So I think we're U-turning. The question is to what?
Gastro would be toxic fodder, but it will help because Gastro is not going to be useful anytime soon. Beyond this, we could go to Skeledirge now and trade the toxic.
Yeah, I was also okay.
Because this is gonna have to happen anyway. He doesn't have a Hex switching after this. Plus he can't get past the fairy types. Liquidation. Right?
Yeah. Oh, it's liquidation, so that means Slowbro our Slowbro probably walls this, by the way.
Okay.
Because, certainly now it's burn. Even if it was Earthquake, we wall it. But
Bet. And the fact that it's liquidation means it can't even Gastro can't even. I mean, what's it called? You know what I mean? It can't even touch Gastro not being on toxic.
Yeah.
It's a sludge bomb spam. Right. Should hard.
He
does have
wow, double stab. So most of them don't run 2 stab moves. They usually run a hazard and a stab move. But okay, I mean that's probably good news for us because spikes would be slightly annoying. But like again, Earthquake does nothing, so
right.
Could try to
force recovers. Yeah. I mean,
do anything at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say for every combat, so we could technically just end the game here. Eventually switch. I figured he would, which is good.
But it's probably you don't activate the extra special attack Berserk.
Excellent. Yeah, there we go. It's over.
Okay, that was the very sad Fury Wrath.
Right.
Yeah, no need to give away.
Yeah.
It's
over.
Fantastic. So we just have to think like when you're completely winning, and I'm sure you know this already, but maybe for someone who doesn't, like when you're completely winning, you try to think, okay, how could my opponent possibly ever win? Like given the resources they have, like what's the worst case scenario for us?
Right.
So in my opinion, the worst case scenario would be it has to be something with Regidrago, because that's the only thing that has health.
Substitute Slack, like Earth Power
It has to
Terror
be-
Ground.
Yeah, it has to have a ground move for Tingaton. It has to have a dragon move, just in general, because it's Regidrago. It probably has to be able to boost its speed in order to.
That's just why I'm calm
never
minded
mind.
that to
Yeah, it would be a special set basically, and
There's
the
no
Calm
way.
Minds-
There's no way Specs would even knock us out. Not at +2.
I think Specs probably does kill us, but okay, if it is, who cares? That means it can't sweep us.
Drago? I almost don't, because I could just Terra and it would be the same situation. I don't need my Terra, but because the
Oh, what
Terra
are we?
steel.
Are we Terrors?
Yeah, there's no downside to steel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, your earth
Oh,
power.
what the hell? He's good. Good job, man.
That did
Okay,
nothing.
but
Yeah.
it should be
Yeah.
pretty much over, even if he crits us.
Mhm.
Although I don't want that to happen.
It won't. It won't. Slowbro is a king. You know, he's just decided that the game's over. Besides, the Skeledirge, I think all of them just win, just prevail.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I know what you're saying, and you know, in terms of thinking of ways where, but because I'm looking at the game and I'm scanning, like even if a worst case scenario, the only worst case scenario would be if he crit the Earth power. Because I didn't think he would Earth power. I thought he had Draco or Dragon Energy specs.
Yeah, me too.
So we'd have eaten the hit, Sludge Bomb. He'd be unspec. Well, he specs. I would assume he would have been specs, and then he'd be at 20% with a Dragon Energy, which means it's another KO if we choose to, all that stuff. But there's really, the way I'm looking at it is it possible for him to kill Tinkaton? No, because we can infinitely switch between Torn Gastro, Torn Gastro, Torn Gastro. Like we could, and he'd stall out all of his moves.
Yeah. And the Moltres is gonna have to get like 20 flinches on Tingathon or something ridiculous.
And have a speed boost because it needs to somehow get past Torn too. We have to like a million. We have to miss a million hurricanes, a million flinches, like just crazy amount of hacks.
Yeah. So now your opponent is thinking, but they should have thought earlier probably.
For
It's
sure.
like a little bit late to be thinking.
Which is something I emphasize a lot when I'm training, right? It's usually the case that, you know, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go into game and figure it out as I go, and then it's like, oh shoot, I'm about to get swept. How did I get here? And that's where that game planning is so critical.
Yeah, well, maybe they just left to go to the bathroom. They're hungry.
If they went to the bathroom to eat, well, more power to them. I'll grab one more. Yeah, they definitely probably just hopped in another battle. So, but yeah, how are you feeling about you?
It's good. I like it. It's chaotic because there's a lot of things and there's been no tiering action yet, like no bans or anything. But it's pretty good.
Are you on the UU Council?
No, I'm not. But they're nice and they do stuff.
Okay.
It takes time, I guess, to get used. It's been, I think, only 2 days so far. So.
One second, let me invite you.
I'll start complaining at the end of the week if there's nothing banned yet.
I'm surprised
Not
you're
yet.
not on the council after all this time. We just chose not to.
I was at one point, and then I tried to focus more on other things, particularly the PIA Discord, trying to
Gotcha.
help people get into UU. But nothing against them; they do good work.
Okay.
Ronin 96. Well, everybody really likes Veggie Drago today, and Cleavor.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
So this is a classic Hyper Offense Psychic Train team. The Poltergeist is generally Terra fighting in this tier, although that was before the drop, so I don't know if anything changed. Armor Rouge is weak armor, so we have to be very careful about using physical moves or it's going to outspeed Tornadus. Yeah, this doesn't look amazing, but we need to keep Tingaton healthy for Poltergeist.
Well,
It doesn't look terrible either.
I was gonna say it's definitely going to cleave. Like the mindless Cleavor is, it's just the way.
Like, what is... Have we seen 3 Cleavor leads today?
Yes, mindless Cleavor. It is the new Samurott of this tier, and both time. But because Armor Rouge is such a bitch, I do value rocks more than I value killing it.
Okay, this is the first time they didn't Stone Axe. Right away.
Okay, this is phenomenal. What can this do to stop a Gigaton right now?
So it
Or a
can
knockoff.
trick, but usually it's
Psychic
yeah. So
Seed.
what you have to be scared about is Armor Rouge switching in now, and then if it switches in on like its weakness policy and it switches on a knockoff, then you could just like instantly lose. This is why I hate Armor Rouge and I think it should be banned. But yeah, I know it's not really easy to think of an alternative here.
Well, if Armor comes in, it would take rocks. It would take. But if his weakness policy, there's no way it's killing Tinkaton, right? If I Terra, you still think
I suppose, but then Poltergeist has a very good chance of Sleep Us later. But yeah, I suppose.
even
It
with
can't.
oh, I guess with the Terra, but I mean it's max with a Skeletor, so it'll take one hit, no matter what, because it will ignore the boost. But I mean, like the alternative, because switching Tinkaton here is not like we have way too much leverage.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So yeah, I think staying in is fine. Okay, so
Encore, got you.
whatever. These things happen.
That's fine. Cleavor is coming back in 3,000%. So I don't know what the counterplay to that would even be here.
We have Gastrodon. We have
Gastro isn't bad. I like Gastro. Oh, your Armor
Oh,
that's
wow.
an insane play. These don't
So-
run.
yeah, I'm happy that he takes Stealth Rock damage. I'm a little bit surprised he does that. So these often run Energy Ball, not always, but usually.
In Yu-Yu?
Yeah, in UU. They also, it's obviously Expanding Force as well.
This is very different
that
from Yu-Yu.
Yeah, because Gastrodon is so common in this tier, Energy Ball is pretty common as well. And it still hits Tyranitar for a little bit of damage. Anyways, the point is, there's no safe switch in, so...
Well, Torn is... Torn... Because just from a scouting standpoint, because Torn will... Well, I guess I have no Expanding Force pivoting. Like, I don't have anything to revenge kill this. That's my issue.
Yeah, that's true. That's really true.
Like, Slowbro, I might die to Expanding Force. You know, I'm not 100 on that.
Yeah.
So it's really, I'm thinking, like, how do I... Well, I could go hard Dirge, but I won't knock him out with Hex. And if he Expanding Forces, I'm finished.
I'm thinking either you stay in here or you go Tornadus. Dirge seems kind of useful.
For sure.
Just block the Cyclozar's rapid spin and stuff.
Well, actually, what I'm thinking about too is the Calm Winding with Dirge sweeps. So you were correct about the ball. The classics would have dropped.
So unfortunately, we don't really want a U-turn. Okay, that's not choice specs damage, by the way, obviously. So the item it probably is weakness policy, just because it's probably not choiced and it's not boots.
Yeah, somebody gets clapped here. I don't think there's a way around unless Slowbro takes Expanding Force.
It takes one, but then you're gonna die the next.
Well, no. I'm saying I'll kill him. Oh man.
Oh, okay. We got really lucky there. Gotta say.
Yeah, I was already prepared to faint, so I was. But if he didn't get the Spit F drop, would he have killed with Expanding Force? I doubt it.
I don't know, honestly. We could think about it just by math, because Energy Ball is like 45 base power because it's halved. Yeah, I don't know, but clearly we got a little lucky here. Good U-turn, obviously. There was a small chance he could have used Endear, by the way, and then he gets this.
Well, Endor with Energy Ball, like so that's what.
Yeah, sometimes they run Endear in 3 attacks.
Okay.
I don't know, but that would have been fine, I'm sure. We could.
Scarlet Urge was there, so I could, if I needed to, I could force the issue.
Or even Slowbro.
Oh yeah, Slowbro too. Good point.
But I think both of them would have been reasonable. So you go Tingaton, and they lost their main Tingaton counter. So I like this. This is like good psychological play. I just killed your counter to my Tingaton, and now you have no more counter, so I'm bringing it back in. I don't. Okay, so clearly something is up.
Well, I think the owl, like, very low value. I mean, Torn is, but the owl is max F. No way in hell he goes for Dragon move.
Yeah.
What's the owl's value?
I think Regijago learns Earthquake, right?
Right. Right. He's gonna Earth Power.
Earth Power or Earthquake, depending on.
Actually, I don't know. I like Torn more because it's Terra Steel. Okay, so he was gonna try to. He's going all the way.
That. So we're very happy that they wasted their Terra, basically.
So if he stays in, then he's gonna go for for the Dragon Stab. If not, we're repositioning Tinkerton. I think he specs, honestly. Even if he's not, this is a relatively safe scouting opportunity. Because otherwise, if he Dracos, Torn dies. Whereas we can just Tinkerton, reposition, and then go back to the Torn anyway. Waste Psychic Terrain. And force the Indeedee back in.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
So
Okay, this worked out
So this
super well.
So this, what does this do? It's gonna try to Shell Smash. Is there any reason not to Skeledirge? Like, what's the other?
You go Tingaton here probably,
Oh,
because he doesn't have a great Giga Smash switch in, or not even.
Well, doesn't
Not
he?
Giga Smash, Gigaton.
Well, if he Terra Fighting, doesn't he live? Well, he already Terra. So.
He already used the Terra.
Okay, so Nox. Is there a downside to Nox? Is there something I don't know?
I don't think so. The downside would be he goes to Cleavor and he takes the knock, and you'd rather use Gigaton to kill him, obviously. But that's not really a downside, right? We're still making progress if that happens.
Okay.
So I think we're totally happy with this.
Because I was thinking if Registeel is the only thing that was going to take the hammer anyway, comes in, it wasn't losing to knockoff. So
this makes no sense because knockoff still kills it. So he
was praying that we didn't have another move. Though it
but
had Encore, so
it's like not running soft boiled on Blissey, or like not like it's 100% chance that you have it. So he's panicking or something. Okay, Terror Blast is 50, so I don't know what that means. If does that mean it's Specs or Scarf?
Probably Scarf. I think it's Scarf. Cycles are.
Obviously, the position is like.
Yeah, pretty much. And this doesn't even learn. What's it called? What's that move called? It doesn't learn Shed Tail. So at this point, it's just repeatedly getting in Tinkaton to do Tinkaton things.
Yeah. To hammer, spammer.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how powerful this move is, even though it's such a weak Pokemon.
Yeah, it is actually. It's a very, they've never balanced a move like that before. It's like usually Hyper Beam and they give you a recharge turn, so I thought they did a very good job making this move, designing, from a design perspective.
Yeah, you can't spam it. Mm-hmm. It's probably to do with 40.
Very interesting drawback. Okay, so 28, but...
Gotta keep Terra Blasting. Finally, Draco's
okay, good job.
Well, now here we go again.
I think it's too little too late, yeah.
Yeah. I'll claim one of your Pokemon, thank you. But yeah, this is, we're already 40 minutes and I can't believe the time flew like that. It's 37 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for your Cyclozar. Thank you for your work.
Yeah. You can retire now. Goodbye. Okay.
So now we just go finally to the Owl. Should do Earth Power this time, yeah. Which positions us excellently to just triple hours.
Excellent. Just don't give away Tink, and even if you did, you probably wouldn't still, but why risk it?
Nah,
Perfect.
Nah. But the only thing you could do is what, U-turn or X-scissor, and then
yeah.
Then we wrench kill this with flamethrower after the triple arrows. Okay.
Yeah.
You only had
like many ways to win this.
Mm-hmm. Well, now he guarantee loses to the Gastro King. So 3 games into 40 minutes. Like that. What was it? Mm-hmm. Probably the first. Was it the first game? What does it feel like we were playing for less time than I thought?
At least they got rocks up. Okay. The first game. Yeah, the first game was intense. We got like smashed by the Scarf head smash stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the next 2 went quite well.
Yeah, the next two really showed the worth of the team. No Skeledirge run-ins. That's probably made things a lot easier. But,
yeah, we really need to prep more for this Pokemon. It is very powerful right now in UU.
Mm-hmm. But guys, that's where we're gonna end this UU live. I actually am thinking about doing either another UU road or something else. We'll see. As OU has stabilized quite a bit. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button down below. If you have any final words.
No, except thank you very much, Jam, for letting me do this. It was a lot of fun playing and hearing your thoughts on the metagame as well. So that was a lot of fun. Thanks a lot.
No problem, man. No problem. And he's also a headmaster in the academy for you. So if you guys do want to, if you're not a part of the server, that he's going to be linked in the description. But aside from that, he posts teams in the academy. So if you're a member there, you can get a taste of the fire teams that are going to be dropped. So thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.